Ladies and gentlemen, I want to break down the latest moneymaker. The absolute moneymaker that I'm talking about right now is the TSLL, a Tesla bull, 2 times leverage ETF on Tesla itself. So in theory, if Tesla goes up 10%, this one should go up 20%. Now, the awesome thing about these is they're designed to just basically go to zero, reverse split, and they'll do it again. All these leverage ETFs do that, which is why you don't want to actually hold them. But there's one key difference with this particular one and why I've absolutely... Now, my group has begged me to do this. Begged me. They've been annoyingly making a lot of money without me. And I'm talking free internet money. The money that just the gamblers love to show up and hand out in droves. Right now, this is a $14 ticker. Now, you've heard me talk about this a lot on a ticker like Ford. Ford options, super liquid. Barrier to entry, super low. You need $1,000 to buy 100 shares. And if we were to go to ticker Ford right now and let's sell a $10 put, a $10 call, you would collect $14 selling that put. You know, you're right at the money. If you were to sell a 20 delta, we don't even have 20 deltas for this week. Let's go next week for where are my deltas at? 20 deltas. It'd be the 950. Or you would sell, as far as calls go, you would sell the 1050. You collected $5-6. That's, you can get 6 to 10 as it fluctuates. That'll jump up with the degree of timing. You can do pretty well as long as Ford stays from the 10 to 13. I've had this. I don't have it now. Had it for years and years until I sold my dividend portfolio. Had this thing forever, and I would sell contracts against it, and I would take that money and I would buy more Ford shares, and I would just let it snowball, and it got to a very big snowball. But it also pays a dividend. It's not very fast moving. One of the easiest tickers you will ever learn and cut your teeth on when it comes to options, selling covered calls, selling cash secured puts. If you wanted to learn now, I'm still going to tell you Ford is the easiest one. Now, if we want to just throw risk to the wayside and we want to up the volatility, we do what everyone else does. You buy a Tesla. No, I'm just kidding. You go to Tesla. TSLL, a $14 ticker. So now just $1,400 to sell a cash secured put. But you could even sell if all you had was $1,000. You can't. I would say, man, you could probably sell them. Let's just look at the 20 delta right now is a 13, $18. Already triple. 20 delta over here, $20. You are literally triple for $400 more, triple the options income. But what I've been doing is, because we know with as much as these decay, and I'm not talking fees or anything like that, as much as people just can't figure out what that actually means, it's mind-boggling. Actually, let's bring up TQQQ so I can show you guys what it means to not hold these. This is also a 2 times leveraged ETF. Now, I've used this example quite a bit. Let's go back to the February highs. Let's go to... Here we go. Let's go weekly time frame. We're going to buy the absolute peak in December. TQQQ. You would have spent $93.75. Had you bought the absolute peak right now, you're only down 24%. Now, if we go to QQQ and we bought the absolute peak right now, you're only down, we could round up to 3%. See the difference? Maybe it didn't jog your memory yet. Let's go right here. This is the example I used last time. Let's say we bought the absolute peak right here in July of 24. At this point, wrong one. All right, so July of 24, you bought at the peak. You were up 7.22%. Actually, it looks like it's up. Here's July of 24, 10%. Where's the example I've been using? I'm not going to edit this out. That's the example. Hang on a second. Let's go back. You should already see it. if you bought the absolute, but this is going to be an extreme case, right? So let's go November of 21. You whole accounted the NASDAQ. As of right now, you are up 28%. Let's go to TQQQ. November of 21. You whole accounted that peak. You are not up 30%. You are down 22%. From the very simple fact, hopefully you've picked it up, that if something goes up 10%, down 10%, up 10%, down 10%, you are not at break even. You are actually down. Because as it goes down, you know, in the one I used to use a lot to really make an example for you guys, if something drops 50%, it needs to go up 100% just to break even. So that's the decay that's going on, is each hit it takes, it has to work twice as hard just to get back up. So when we're looking at TSLL, now I don't care to buy the absolute peaks. I like the timing version of this. And everything about this, if we were to go back to TQQQ, now let's say we bought the absolute bottom, okay, because we did time it, bought the absolute bottom of the crash. Right now you're up 104% on TQQQ. Now if you were to just buy the absolute bottom of QQQ, you are up 32%. So you can see with any degree of timing, you can kill it on these leverage things. And that's what attracts the gamblers. And I'm going to sell to them every week. Every week. In fact, I already did today. This is one thing I didn't mention in my chat because I wanted to do it, call it out, and show you guys they've already been it a million times. It's more of a thing for YouTube at this point. So let's say you buy 100 shares at $14.55. You could sell the 1550s for this week and collect $40. At that point, you made $100 on your shares if it shoots up. You made $100 on your shares and $40 just on that contract. So you would have put up $1,400. We'll call it $1,450. You would sell it for $1,590 is what you'd ultimately make on that trade if Tesla shoots up. Now, what attracts the gamblers is if Tesla shoots up, this will end up going to 20 or 22, 24. It'll go up here. But how many weeks have gone by that hasn't happened? How many weeks am I going to collect gamblers' money every time? I could go next week right now after the event, the 1550s, $88. It's about $40 a week if you were to keep it the same. Absolutely killing the idea of Ford. And if you look at the volume of open interest, it's not Ford's. But as you get closer to at the money, there's still a comma involved. There are still thousands. There's enough for the people that actually watch this channel to take full advantage of this. I hope Tesla full sends it. And then the people that are in these shares not knowing or just trying to take that gamble, hope they win. We would actually all win at that case. They would pay us for those calls. We would make out on our shares. They would make out on their calls, hopefully. We would just keep their money and we would just go on about our day. And every week that goes sideways, my average cost, so even for this Friday right now, since I already did this and I collected $41, my average cost just shy of 14. I do it again next week, it would be $13.60. How fast with these shares? I could probably beat the rate of decay on this just by selling some calls to the gamblers. Now, this could just be because of the event coming up on the 12th. So for now, that's what I'm going to do for the next couple of weeks. Take full advantage. I'm going to sell some at the monies. I might try to time it. If we dip, I might buy them back to close. Why not make 50%, 50, 80%? If we're at the 75, 80% mark, I usually just close it anyway. But for the next couple of weeks, at least going to do that. We'll see what my average cost is come the event on the 12th. Because if Tesla does sell off like any other event, that one will go down. The calls I had sold go down. And at that point, the volatility and the volume in general might go down. And then this trade doesn't become worth it. But at the very least right now, I had to just bring it to you guys as radar for a quick little video of what just seemed to be like a whole lot of free internet money. What happened if we just sold the 15s? So we spend the $14.50 and we sell the 15s. It's $100. So if you bought it right now, sold it right now, you would still collect the same amount. Yeah, because you would sell that for $1,500. Be a little bit more actually, because you would be $16.06 on that. You would put up $1,400, $14.50. You'd sell for $16, and I guess that'd be in 2 weeks. Not bad. Anyway, food for thought, not financial advice. If you know what you're doing and you know what options are, this might just pique your interest a little bit. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up here. If you guys are following along, I will be live this week, a little bit before, like a little bit pre-market. I got to figure out the wording for this. I'll be live 30 minutes before the bell, 30 minutes after the bell. If you did follow every trade this week, then why didn't that? I don't. There's nothing to see on this account, but where's that? Oh my gosh, bring back the trade thing. I guess I'll figure that out. That ruined my whole pitch on that one. There we go. I went full screen on that bad boy. Anyway, if you don't get the notifications, I am live. We'll call it 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after. Trade a little bit of pre-market, and a little bit after the bell. Today, if you guys are a futures trader, here's what we did today. And I did post it on X later, just talking about the updates. But I did go short here because we knew the news we pushed up right into the news. That's classic. So I just went short there. Now I ended up buying a little bit before and adding on here. My average cost was right around here. I updated you guys on X, on Twitter. Hey, my stop is right below this base. This wick ended up later got me out. So for you little scalpers out there, there's a great trade right there for you. And then for everyone else that just likes to make more than 3 points, there you have it. You could have 100% followed me for free and made enough to, if you followed all my trades, 3 years of my Patreon. Anyway, I'll wrap it up here. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, hopefully. Have a good one.